Good day, everyone. Lee Skippy here, along with Dan Townsend Bell, and this is the 27th HO IndySlotCar 500. This is the granddaddy of them all. This is the Mac Daddy. This is the Big Daddy. This is all kinds of daddies.
Right, we waited a long time for this because, of course, the whole virus pandemic came out, and it's supposed to be running about 2 months ago. A little bit late, but we're on to finish the season. A great point fight. John Weidman leads by 3 points over his teammate Mike Lack, who has a habit of stealing championships in this race. Matt Hayek, the early leader, missed the last 2 races, or 2 out of the last 3 races. He's back to third, but he still has an outside chance.
He's got an outside chance. He's 36 points down in crikey. That's a lot of points. But, you know, this is double points today. And this would be Mike Lack's potential 7th. John Wiedemann's 1st. I mean, the fans got to be screaming for John Wiedemann to take the title.
He's been so close. Years ago, he had it in his grasp, and his teammate Lack stole it from him. Matt Hayek hasn't won a championship either. You know, he had a lot of Matt fans early on. They were obnoxiously at the races. If Mike Lack steals his championship away again, he may not get out of here alive.
Anything can happen as part of that. You've got winners throughout the field.
Hey, we're going to sit back, we're going to crack open some beers, we're going to have fun, just like Indianapolis style. We may not be in the snake pit, but we'll be just as best as he can be, and we're here to run the HO Indy 500 and finish this season off finally. Starting grid for the 27th annual HO Indy 500. Let's meet our combatants starting at the back of the field. Last car to make it in, barely on the bump day. It's Bill Black. A year ago, he had a GoFundMe set up to buy him a car and didn't make the race.
You know what? His wife makes a great pistachio load.
Alongside of him, here comes last year's pole sitter, way back here, barely making the field this year. This is Joe Hines, Carnage, you call him.
They call him Carnage, but, you know, he makes also fantastic chocolate chip cookies because he is a trained pastry chef in the off-season.
Row number 2. On the outside, Dan Margetta, the hometown driver. 1 win this season, and that's usually all he gets.
You know, they call him Dangerous Dan. If you've ever seen him wrestling over in the WWE, that's his nickname, Dangerous Dan.
Alongside of him in the middle of row 2 is Mike Lack, one-year championship contenders. A couple years ago, he came and stole the show. He's in line to do it again.
Anya Kraken, you know, he raises horses in the off-season.
Alongside of him, this is Ev Kamakawa, the 4-time winner of this race, looking for 5.
Down in Louisiana, he's got a rice farm, believe it or not.
Oh, here outside the front row we move. On the outside, it's Matt Hayek. He led the series early. He was unstoppable then, but a couple of hiccups along the way put him 3rd coming into there.
Crikey, he used to have a family drugstore, but they sold it just so he could be funded for this race.
Look at that. This is your point leader coming into this race. This is John Weidman. Never won a championship. Was close a couple years ago when his teammate took it from him. Is this the year?
And you know what? He owns a brewery, you know, believe it or not, down in Kentucky.
Well, the pole sitter, they call him the Matador because he loves the ovals, especially the big ones. A new track record and a new fast lap. This is Mike Kristoff.
And you know, his Matador nickname is because I used to call him the Milkman because he always used to haul the mail.
That's your field for the 27th annual HO IndySlotCar 500.
Start of the first heat race. In this first heat race, you have Mike Lack looking for title number 7. Dan Margetta, who's looking for a win here in the 500. You've got Matt Hayek, who's looking for title number 1. Mike Kristoff looking for his 2nd win in the 500, and he is your pole sitter. We have Mike Kristoff leading Matt Hayek, leading Dan Margetta, leading Mike Lack. Now it's the second half. The cars are switched lanes. Less than a minute to go, ladies and gentlemen, and some amazing developments. These guys right here on the outside lanes, they were 1-2. They are now 3-4 because those guys right there, the inside lanes, they are 1-2. There has been carnage and chaos this whole second half of the race.
Can't get him. He's gonna win. So green wins.
Oh, by that much.
Heat race number 2. That is Ev Kamakawa, John Weidman, Joe Hines, and Bill Black. But don't count them out because the outside lanes. We had a problem over there in the corner. That is Joe Hines right off the start. Early lead is Bill Black. Oh, and now John Weidman's out front and Ev Kamakawa. Those are your 2 fast cars on the inside. They're going to have to get, a big crash there for John Weidman. Mike Lack already put himself into the final. That's John Weidman looking to win this heat race and keep his championship hopes alive. Matt Hayek, unfortunately, looks like will not win the championship this year after that hot start at the beginning of the year. We have a jump, and you see the jump right there. He caught it before it went across the line, and we are good. We keep going as the timing runs out here. We'll keep it here on these 2. This is the 1st and 2nd. John Weidman, the closest one. And John Weidman will keep the championship hope alive. He gets the win in the heat race. Along with Ev Kamakawa, we'll go to the HO Indy 500.
Time for the grid run for the HO Indy 500. Let's talk to our 4 finalists here, starting with Mike Lack. And Mike, you came out of a very scary first heat race where it looked like maybe you weren't going to make the final, and then here you are.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be sitting watching this one, but there was an awful lot of crashing going on in that second half, and I really took advantage of it and came back, and somehow I managed to win that one.
Your teammate is also the contender for the championship again. How rough is this for you guys to have to deal with this all the time, where you're just every season hammering tongs for that championship?
It is tough. I mean, we're both competitors. I'm not going to let up. I know he's not going to let up. It's going to be until whoever's still running and who's in, ahead of the other one by the end. So we'll see what happens. And but I know he's got a much faster car than I do this time.
Dan Margetta looking to be a spoiler here at the HO Indy 500, and not only that, but hometown hero here.
Well, we're hoping to do good. That car's not that fast. Someone's got to stop Mike Lack. He can't win 8 championships, can he? We've seen him do this before. I keep trying. Well, yeah, he's going to win 8 if he wins this one. He's got 7 right now. He's already getting ahead of the game. But I really shouldn't even be here. This car's not that fast. Milka Kristoff went and hit everything but the lottery in his heat race and put me in this thing.
Everything but the pace car.
Right, and we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll pull it out. Who knows?
Now this is the drive for 5. There are no 5-time 500 winners. You could start an exclusive club that even AJ Foyt, Rick Mears, and Al Unser do not belong to. How much pressure is there for you to get your 5th?
None, because let's look at how many times I've lost my 5th. So we'll worry about the 5th when we win the 5th. Right now we got a championship that I'm not going to get involved in because I'm not involved in it. So I'm just out to win the race. I got nothing to lose. My sponsors are happy. I've re-signed for next year with Penske. I got a good teammate for next year. So this is all about just going to win the race.
And then right here is the teammate to Mike Lack, John Wiedemann. This thing came together for you in the last maybe 4 or 5 races where you've zoomed to the top of the points championship and now a shot at that title.
Yeah, I mean, Matt missed a couple races. Otherwise, he'd be way, way ahead of us. So that's, unfortunate for him, fortunate for me. But you take it as it is and you go with it. And this is the closest I've been to Mike Lack as far as battling for a championship or, pretty much anything. So
the beauty of this is because of the points being so close that basically it's a heads-up race between you and Lack.
It really is, yeah. And I wouldn't want anything different except for to be leading by 50 points. But yeah, if it's going to be this way, yeah, let's. Where you are, where you stand. You don't have to do any calculations. I got to beat him. He's got to beat me. So whoever comes out on top, and hopefully one of us takes home the trophy as well. So
we'll see what happens in 1,000 laps. The HO Indy 500 is next. And for the championship. So early on, John Wiedemann with a lead over Ev Kamikawa. About a 4-lap lead at this point. After 1,000 laps, we will have a winner and a new champion for this longest of all IndySlotCar seasons. We expect the first of the pit stops coming up on 200 laps. John Wiedemann leads, and now he can pit at any time and go for fuel. He's into the pit box, and now he's to take on fuel. Wiedemann methodically taking on all that fuel. It is a lot, and he's back out. Oh, Margetta overshot. He overshoots again. Now he's in. Lack is already going to work on his pit stop. Now Margetta. Uh-oh, a little bit of spillage there for Margetta. Struggling to put the fuel in while Lack is already back out. Still having problems with the fuel. They're just having a connection issue there on that fuel. Oh, this is a very long fuel. The pickup evidently is really having a problem.
I fixed computers. I don't chug.
Now the Hardley Steinbrenner Margetta Racing, these guys only together so far this one season, so we'll see how they try to improve in this next set of pit stops. All right. That 88 car had a lot of problems in the first pit window. Oh, a little fast going into the pit row. This one seems to be going better. That was a quicker stop. Oh, he rolled out of the pit box? Oh, that's a 5-second stop and go penalty for leaving the pit box. There he goes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. After that set of pit stops, John Wiedemann racking up a 17-lap lead over Ev Kamikawa. All right, everybody's job to change their tires. Everybody looks like they're keeping them under control. Now they're trying to get their tires, keeping track of their tires. So far, it looks like Lack was quickest getting his tires on. Now Kamikawa and Wiedemann and that Hardley Steinbrenner Margetta Racing continues to struggle with their pit stops. Now Wiedemann has some problems getting started. They're both available to stop. There they go. They hit their marks on the track. They keep it under the speed limit. Oh, there's some trouble as they both pull into the pits together. Oh, some spillage by Margetta. And then he speeds out of the pit lane. Another stop and go penalty for Margetta after that.
2 laps to 750.
Speeding in pit lane. All right, it's the final dash of the HO Indy 500. 250 laps as Margetta tumbles down the front straightaway. That car's getting loose. They may have put the wrong tire compound in the tire change. 25 laps left. The drive for 5 for Ev Kamikawa, unfortunately, is again going to come up short. Count them down. 9 laps left. 8 to go. 7, 6, 5. Oh, they crash in front of him, but he manages to get by. Oh, and he hits Margetta's car, but manages to go by 2. The white flag is out. This is it. John Wiedemann has won the HO Indy 500 and clinched his championship for the very first time. What a day. It took 2 extra months. He had to wait that out, but he managed to do it. The relief on that face is incredible as he shakes hands with his teammates. 2-time champion Ev Kamikawa congratulates him. An amazing sight as we have a new champion in this series. He's had a moment to collect his thoughts, and this is an amazing day, and bring in the most iconic part of winning the HO Indy 500. Track owner Dan Margetta.
It's the milk. Congratulations, John. First 501, congrats on the championship.
There we go. Yeah, there you go. A little spillage always looks good. You're still shaking. This is quite a day.
Well, it's my 3rd Indy 500 win, which is pretty cool.
That puts you in a very special club. There's only one guy ahead of you in total wins.
But my first championship and beating who I consider the best. My best friend, my teammate, always been my teammate, always been the guy I've been chasing. It was just an unbelievable long season.
Yeah, unlike everybody else, you had to wait 2 months to even have a chance to fight for this championship.
Yeah, but I mean, racing against him, racing against Matt, I mean, I've always considered Matt one of the better racers in the series. So being able to beat those 2 guys, racing everybody here, racing Ev in this race, who brought me into this, and who he and I have battled all the time, and we're just running side by side by side by side. And he's throwing jabs out there, but we just kept running and running, and that was fun, and this is amazing. It's I don't know what else to say.
And of course, this one's heavy duty, and this one you get to hold on to for a full year. But this is the Cianciola Christoph Trophy. Yeah, some guy might have named it after himself, but what the hell? You'll get.
Yeah, that's awesome. We put my name on there again, next to some of the greatest guys that have raced in this. It was a great battle, great win, lots of fun.
And we'll get you inside of this race car is actually a decanter, so we'll pour a shot just for you.
John Wiedemann, congratulations once again.
Thanks.
You took it down. You had a great championship there. And we're going to bring in now our lead commissioner for a moment that your fans have just been waiting for.
It is always an honor to hand this off to the champion, because I know that over a 16-race championship, to finally come out on top is quite a feat. Congratulations. We will get your name on that Hussars Built Cup. Congratulations, John.
Woo! Way to go, John!
That's just awesome to be able to have my name on there with everybody else on there. I've been trying to beat Mike Lack for a long time. He kept putting his name on there, and finally I get to get in there. So it's pretty cool to be part of this, to be part of all these names, some awesome names on there. And it was a tough season, long season, but it was a blast.
So Lord Stanley's Cup, they take it around, and everyone on the team gets to take it somewhere, do something with it. What are you going to do with the Hussars Cup?
I'm just going to put it somewhere nice that I can see it and show it off for a year.
All right, there you go. And I believe we've got now another trophy for you. We've been waiting for this one. If the camera wants to go right there, we'll take care of that hardware there. And there we go, folks. To all of the fans and to all of the drivers and to our champion and the HO 500 winner, John Wiedemann.
All right.
See you next year.
Thank you for watching the IndySlotCar channel.